Hello there, book bosses. Welcome to this training video. I'm super excited to show you today exactly how I use Amazon to find book ideas so that I know I'm going to create and publish a book on Amazon KDP that is actually going to make sales, profits, and monthly royalties. I am Abbie Cornall. For those of you who don't know me, I'm the CEO and founder of the Book Boss Academy over in SKOOL on the SKOOL platform. And lots of people come and join the academy and they spend lots and lots of time creating and publishing their first ever books on Amazon KDP. They publish it and then it's crickets and then they get no sales. And this was me when I started my business, my publishing business. I only literally started in February last year. So only just about 12 months ago. I made it to over 2K months just within 6 months of me starting and had an absolutely fantastic November and December in 2025. So I'm fairly new to publishing, although I've been in the online space and the coaching space and the business space for 10 years. So I did have a little bit of a head start. However, I first published my books last February and got no sales. Most people create books, publish them on Amazon KDP and get no sales. Most people come and join our academy and they're just raring to go and they start their first book. And again, they kind of do it the wrong way. It's a great learning curve though, just going through the publishing process. So congratulations to you if you've managed to do that. But I wanted to do this little training video to show you exactly how I do it now. And I wish I'd done it like this from the very beginning. So whether you're a book bosser, whether you're inside our academy or not, this is what you need to do, this training video. So go and get a notepad and pen, switch off all distractions, and you want to follow me as I take you along the journey inside Amazon. Now, lots of people say, oh, you need this tool and you need that tool. And then you'll get YouTubers, savvy YouTubers at that, saying, I use this tool to do all of my research. Come and join my link. And then you can all use that tool. And then they get a little bit of a commission. And I get that. And maybe I should be doing that as well. However, when I've joined all of these tools, and trust me, I've used them all, some of them are quite expensive as well. When you join the tools, they have a delayed data. The data is delayed inside those tools. And so you're not getting the current, present, up-to-date, today's data when you use those tools, when you use those keyword research tools. Examples of the tools are BookBeam, BookBolt, Publisher Rocket. There's another one, Titans, Publisher Titans. Anyway, there's lots of these tools and they might be great tools, don't get me wrong, but you want to do it this way. This way is free. It's not going to cost you a penny. So I'm going to share my screen and this is what I do now. And it has not failed me any time that I've been publishing now since about August, September time. Now, every book that I create and publish always get sales. Whereas before, when I started in February, my first 21 books got absolutely no sales. Well, they've had a few actually since, but you get what I mean. So I'm going to share my screen. We want to go to Amazon. Now, ideally, when you do this, I would like you to go in an incognito window in Amazon. Let me just stop that share 1 second. You don't want Amazon already having your cookies and already having your data of what you want to search for. You want it to be clean. And the only way you can get a clean search is to right click on your browser and it will say open incognito window. Click on that and then go to amazon.com. Okay. And you'll get much better data if you do that. Right. So, and actually I use a little free tool in my Chrome browser called Kip Scout. It's free. Google it, Kip Scout, Chrome extension. If you've got a Chrome browser, and that will also give you the estimated monthly sales of the books that we are looking at. And that is really quite important for you to know what that is. Although it's not imperative, but I'll discuss that in a minute. But it is useful to know how much these books are earning, although that data is skewed as well. It's not completely correct. Right, so you're going to go to Amazon.com. I'm not in an incognito window. As you can see, I've got like 100 tabs. Sorry for the ADHD brain. But I want you to do this in an incognito browser. Okay, so I want you to go to books, general books. So we're going to just click return. I just wake up that little tab there. And so this is the first thing that I do when I'm deciding what book I want to create. And I kind of try to decide on a book series at a time. So this is exactly what I do when I am at that initial research stage, thinking, oh, I don't know what to create next. What is going to be the most profitable book that I could create right now? And we're looking at profitability. So let me put myself down here. Oh no, I'll keep myself up there. We're looking at profitability here, but what's also important is your workflow. So if we find an amazing book that you think you're going to make lots of monthly royalties with, but say it's like this book here. Say you find this book and it's making like $500,000 a month. This is the Forgotten Home Apothecary book. It's one of Amazon's current bestsellers. But when you actually look through it, you'll realize that it would take you probably 6 months or at least 3 months to create a book like that. So my point is that we not only want to be looking at what book is going to be the best book for us to publish right now, we want to be looking at what book is going to be quick for us to publish, fast for us to create. It's got a fast workflow and it's got a low cost or zero cost workflow. You might need some tools. For example, if it's a word search puzzle book, you might want to use a tool like BookBolt to actually create your puzzles, or some low cost tool. But, you know, a book like that Home Apothecary one, it's going to take months, or you would have to get a lot of help to create a big, massive book like that. So we've gone to Amazon. So now where do we go? Well, I would say the easiest books that you can create, and these are the books that I teach inside my academy, non-fiction books and low content books. So non-fiction books, they may be low content, they may have medium amounts of content inside, and they might also have high amounts of content inside. So you want to decide what kind of books you want to search for, and I recommend that you don't search for fiction books if you're a beginner. If you want to get publishing, if you want to make income with your books, if you want to make profits, you're going to want to search for non-fiction books. So we're on Amazon here. We're going to go to categories, and then we're going to go to bestsellers print. Now you can look at bestsellers Kindle, you can look at bestsellers hardback or whatever, but we're going to go to bestsellers print. But the main thing for you to learn is that we're looking at the best sellers. I've done it again. I keep doing this on Zoom and putting my hand up. Just let me remove my hand. Oh no, I can't do that. How do I do it? Well, never mind. I'll have to keep my hand up. Lower hand. There we go. That would have annoyed me. So we're in bestsellers. And now you've got all these categories. Can you see on the left-hand side, you've got arts and photography, biographies and memoirs, books on CD. I wouldn't look at that one. Business and money calendars, children's books, if you're interested in children's books. So have a think about, what are you interested in? What kind of books do you think would be fun for you to create? I like these categories. I like crafts, hobbies and home. That is one of my favourite categories. And I think that there's a colouring book category within there. So there's subcategories once you go into here. I also like mystery, thriller and suspense. There's some good non-fiction books in there. Education and teaching, it's worth a look in there. Also humour and entertainment, that's a really good one. Now we've got some incredible tools. such as ChatGPT 5.2. So if you're creating like a history book or fun facts book or amazing facts that nobody believes, these are quite popular books right now. You can use AI tools to help you to create those really quickly. So you want to be looking at these categories here and just, spend a bit of time looking into each one and think, could I create a book like this? Could I create a book like that? This is exactly where I start. So I'm going to go to my favorite category, which is crafts, hobbies, and home. And you can see here lots and lots of the top best-selling books on Amazon. Now, the next criteria, you want to put this on your notepad. So go to bestsellers, for example, crafts, hobbies, and home. You can also look at these subcategories here: colouring books for grown-ups, crafts and hobbies, gardening and landscape design, pets and animal care. So you can look at these subcategories. And you also want to be looking at the books that are not created by massive publication houses or big, massive brands. Now, this #1 and #2 bestsellers here is by a brand called Coco Wyo. That's a huge global colouring book brand. Now, I and you are not going to be able to compete with Coco Wyo. They spend tens of thousands of dollars per month on advertising on Amazon. They've also got huge social media followings and massive, great big email lists. So I would ignore any books that are created by big publishers. Now, here's one, 2026 Vision Board clip art book. That looks like a fun one. And you can now do lots and lots of clip art. You can find free images on sites like Pexels. I think it's Pexels. You can just Google free images. Even in Canva, there's a tool called Canva that I use to create my books. They've got lots and lots of free images in there. And also AI tools. So I've got, ChatGPT, and within ChatGPT, there's lots of other image creating, image generating tools within ChatGPT. So you could definitely create a book like that. And that's written by somebody called Jess Perks. It's the #3 bestseller. So if we just click on that one, I'm actually going to be doing a whole module inside the Academy for books like this, because I think they'll be so fun to create books like this, and especially moving into next year. Look, $230,000 of revenue per month. And all they've done, if we look at a sample of this, and this is an independent publisher. Look down here, dead easy to create that and put those photos around there in Canva. And it's a shame we can't see a bit more of the book. If I wanted to create a book like that, I would probably order it. Just so that I can see it. Now, I'm not going to copy it before everybody like loses their mind on this video. We're not copying it. We would then go to ChatGPT and say, this book here is making X amount of money. How could I create a similar book, but that is different, that is not a copy, but that would still be a huge success in the current market? So that's the next step there. If you're interested in creating a vision board clip art book and you think it would be fun to get all these different images, you could categorize your images throughout the book. You could go holidays, travel, work, romance, love, family, and have all the different categories throughout your vision board book. And you could just go and find free images for the whole book and make sure that you save all the URLs for all the images that you've got, just in case Amazon says, we don't think this image is free. Then you can say, yes, it is. Here's the link. Anyway, that's just a heads up with that one. So that's number 3. That is brilliant. And I think that would be super fun and super easy to create. These books here, number 1 and number 2, are hand drawn by illustrators and artists. And number 4 there, Coco Wyo. So that would be a bit more difficult for you to create a book like that. But we're not interested in those anyway, are we? Because they're by a big publisher, which is Coco Wyo. Now, the next one, the 2026 Red Book, and it's coins. I'm not interested in that, and I don't think you are either. Now, we've got another one here, which is interesting, but that is actually by a big publisher, only because I already know them, and it's a big company called Publications International Limited based in Canada, and they've got a subsidiary company. I've done it again with my hand. I need to switch that off. They've got a little umbrella brand within that big company called New Seasons. So we don't want that one. Vivi Tinta is a huge colouring book brand. We're not interested in that. Hikaru Cots is another big one that's come through 2025. Not interested in that. The Screaming Goat. No, I don't think we can create something like that. Coco Wyo. Dad, I Want to Hear Your Story, Jeffrey Mason. That's worth you looking at. And you could definitely create something similar. Obviously, you don't want to create Dad, I Want to Hear Your Story, but you could create, I don't know, grandparents' memoirs, book. Add your own memoirs, add your own life story. Whatever it is, something a little bit different to that. But you can have a chat with ChatGPT. To ask it, how could I create a similar book to this, but that is different? Here we've got Coco Wyo again. Now, if Coco Wyo were to publish anything, it would make the bestseller list because they've got so much investment into advertising. Then we've got Vivi Tinta again, Pixel Colorist. That's quite a new publisher. So that would be a good one to look at, to think about. Okay, do I want to create a pixelated colouring book? What software do I need to create something like that? So you could have a look at creating something similar to that. This is black backgrounds. You could create one with white backgrounds that looks very different to that one. Live, Laugh, F Off. These swear word colouring books are hugely popular at the moment. And this is a very tiny publisher. That's got very, very lucky, I would say, at number 15 with that one. And it's a bit of a spin on that movie title, isn't it? What is it called? Love, Live, Love, Laugh. I don't know what you know what it is. Is it with Julia Roberts? It's that kind of thing. We've got a big publisher here, Jade Summer, and you're probably thinking, oh God, they're all by big publishers, but we're only at number 16 here out of 100. And we've already had lots of ideas. I mean, I think my favourite one is this vision board one, and that is why I'm going to be doing a module on that. Yeah, I'll do the module. I was thinking of doing it in January. I'll either do it in January or February this year. If you're watching this video after January, February 2026, it will already be in the Academy. So if you want to create a book like that, I will show you step by step how to do it. So come and join us. You can join us for a month or you can join us forever. Obviously, I prefer it if you join us forever, but feel free to just come and join us for a month. Right, so moving down to 17 and 18, we've got ABC colouring book. Really fun and easy to create something like that. This is age 3 to 5. You could do a book that's age 6 to 8 or whatever it is, age 5 to 9. So you could do it like a bit different to that one in that way. I love this one here, number 20, and this is definitely on my list to create for my book brand. I'm not going to be doing a spiral bound one. That is a whole different other kettle of fish. I'm just going to be doing a paperback. With spiral bound, you have to pay to get a massive load of books in as stock. So this is why New Seasons, again, under Publications International, have got the funds to be able to do that. But I wouldn't recommend that you do spiral bound, but you could definitely do something like this as a paperback. Really pretty, isn't it? You could use AI tools. I show you how to use those inside the Academy, and I'm sure I'll do some more videos on that here on my YouTube channel. But that would be a good one to create, like colouring Psalms, but with a different cover. And I like the idea of colouring frame as well. You know, that way a lot of people colour the colouring books in and throw them in the bin. But with a colouring frame, you've got that extra saleability of you'll be able to enjoy your art for a long time to come in the future. You're not just putting it in the bin. So I really like that as an idea. So basically what I'm showing you how to do here is we're looking in real time at what books there is a demand for on Amazon. Most people create books because they think, oh, I'm going to create such and such a book because I fancy creating, I don't know, a cat word search book. And so they end up creating one, but there's 60,000 cat word search books. And so it gets lost in a sea of cat word search puzzle books. And cat word search puzzle books are not even on the bestseller list. So they're not even a huge demand for those books right now. So that's the big mistake that people make. But if you look at the bestsellers list, and there's 100 bestsellers here, look at them all. Another vision board book by a different lady, Gloria Green. That is beautiful, isn't it? There's another one here, Kalisha Winston. Decluttering activity book, preschool activity book. Really easy to create books like that. Nobody wants your shit. Okay. Stress relief colouring book, reverse colouring book. So we're getting some really good ideas. That's another page. Jade Summer one. Human anatomy colouring book. That's quite good. 100 flowers, floral colouring book. Really pretty there. A patterns colouring book, but this is again by Coco Wyo, so we'll kind of ignore that one. But we can go down to page 2 so we can see all the other books right up to number 100. So just have a look. What would you like to create? 100 quest colour by number. There's lots of these vision boards. I had no idea until I just clicked on it right now, but this is definitely down as my next module inside the Academy. So I'm super excited to be doing that. Soft Life vision board book. That's cool, isn't it? And we can also read the reviews. So have a look at, well, why has this got the best reviews? Read the reviews. What do people like about it? Read the reviews for this one. This is lower reviews. You know, what are people saying is missing from that book to make sure that you've got an absolutely brilliant book? This has got great reviews. So read the reviews if you're going to do a book like that. I'm excited to do that module now, seeing all those. Let's see what else. Fuzzy in Love. That is a colouring book. We can do books like that using AI tools. It's just, you know, my hesitation is that they are by these big publishers. We want to find books by self-publishers who don't publish a lot, who've not got a great big advertising budget. They've published it recently and they're doing amazingly well, and that gives us the green light then to say, okay, I'm going to create a book just like that, not the same. Mine's going to have a different twist or a different spin. If theirs is for boys, you can make yours for girls or for teens or for kids. You know, make yours different to the bestseller. This is a big category here, Cozy Clover Colouring. I imagine they're a small publisher. So if I just click on them, you can click and see. Cozy Clover Publishing, click on all books. And we've just got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books there. But the best-selling one by far is the K-pop fan colouring book. But they've also made some sales with these other ones as well. So that's pretty good. So yeah, K-pop is a big trending topic just now. What else have we got? We're going right down to number 100. Antiquarian sticker book. Now, if it's got stickers inside, we won't be able to create that unless you've got contacts with a manufacturer that can create that for you. 100 tattoos colouring book. A lot of people, we're in the new year now. A lot of people are thinking about what tattoos am I going to get for this year. I'm not a tattoo person, but my daughter is, and they think, oh, these are the next ones that I want for this year. Then we've got there's Publications International again, Jade Summer. Going down here, Coco Wyo. And this is another swear word colouring book. So we can see a pattern here, can't we? We can see there was a swear word colouring book before. Here's another one. There's been some stress relief colouring books. We've passed 2 or 3 above, and here's another one, 101 calmness colouring book. A lot of the others are by big publishers. We're going to ignore those. Cottage Course sticker book, no. Planner stickers, no. Fairyland adult colouring book, fairy tale. This looks very AI generated, that image, very pretty. So that would be a good one if you want to create some sort of fairy theme, unicorn type adult colouring book. Then that shows you that there is a demand for that sort of stuff. And then going down here, we've got brain games, criminal mind puzzles. You could definitely create something like that that is not spiral bound. And then moving down a little bit more, right down to 100. And what annoys me, I want to see up to 500, because even number 100, if we click on that, I'm going to click on that one. Even number 100 is earning nearly $15,000 a month. And he's doing really, really well. So I want to see all the best-selling books to 200 up to 500. I would absolutely love to see that. I think there is a way if you use something like Book Beam, I think it is. So that is it. Then we've got number 96 there, the ultimate activity book for smart girls. And this looks like an AI generated book cover. It looks very good. It looks very appealing. Looks like it would stand out in that Amazon feed on mobile. So we could do the ultimate activity for smart boys, for smart teenagers, for smart teens and tweens, or the ultimate activity book for badass moms. I don't know if there are any activity books for mums, but I did see a bestseller earlier today that was it was a word search and crossword book for badass mums. That was by Publications International as well. So I hope that's giving you a lot of food for thought and, educated you on how you can find the best sellers on Amazon first. Then you ask ChatGPT, this is the bestseller. How could I create something similar or even better? And you're going to look at the reviews of those books and read what people are saying about them. Now let's look at another one. So let's go to, I'm going to go colouring book for grown-ups because we've got some amazing AI tools now. So very quickly, just quickly looking down, we've got the swear word colouring books. We've got the pixelated ones, mindfulness. So it's calming, relaxing. This one, Bible colouring Psalms. It's all kind of a similar pattern and a similar theme. How to Draw book. They're very, very popular, even though this one is by Coco Wyo. I already know a lot of the other How to Draw books are doing fantastically well. You can do separate searches. If you decide to do a swear word colouring book like this one, you could do a separate Amazon search for swear word colouring book and see what the competition is within that category. Then just scrolling down more, we've got the K-pop one, Colour by Number. That looks quite interesting, quite a different book cover with that one. We've got stress-free, large print. So just remember these things, large print sells, stress relief sells, cute and cozy sells, swear word colouring book sells. And we've got Anatomy, the Fairyland, Mindfulness here again, Stress Relief. I don't know what this book is. You might know. People of Walmart. adult colouring book. But I suspect that Andrew Kipple is not a big publisher, and so that is worth a look at. And maybe you could do a similar book that isn't Walmart, that is another well-known store. I don't know about the copyright implications of that, but it looks like it's been okay for this book, so I would imagine it would be okay for another book. This is an independent self-publisher, Jeanette Veronica. Really pretty book there. Cozy Girl Stress Relief. Here we've got In the Forest, colour and frame. I love colouring books. They are really quite easy to create now using AI tools. It's just a case of getting a really nice book cover so that you can stand out amongst all the crap that people are publishing. This one is great. You Are Awesome. It's Coco Wyo though, but that looks like a new one that I haven't seen from Coco Wyo and quite different to a lot of their other books. So I'm going to look at that one after this video. It's really annoying, that hand, isn't it? How to Colour. That's Vivi Tinter. That's a big publisher. Oh, Jeanette Veronica has done a similar book there, Cozy Girl. Let's have a look up again. Yeah, she's done a couple that have a similar look. Now, this is a trending colour palette. I don't know if you've seen it. There's a name for it, but it's all these terracotta browns that were all in fashion in 2024 and 2025. So it's interesting that she's chosen that trending colour palette for this book cover. Going down a little bit more, let's avoid the big publishers. Paint by Sticker, no. Swearing is Caring by John T. That's quite a good one, isn't it? And a very different looking cover to that one. Very fun, very bright, a lovely font there, easy to see. So we could do something like that. Watercolor. Monochrome books are very, very popular. I tried to create one of those and failed miserably, so I'm going to avoid those books like the plague, but there must be some sort of art to creating the inside of a monochrome book. I couldn't get AI to do it for me as well at all. This is the one I'd seen earlier today, the Badass Mother Puzzler. I think that's a great concept to blend with other concepts. So you could do badass stress relief colouring book for adults, you know, something like that, where you're blending this idea of being badass. And this was the activity book that I was talking about 5 minutes ago. So this is a mother puzzler, and it's basically an activity book for badass mothers. Disney Dreams Collection, avoid that and don't use the word Disney, so let's ignore that one. K-pop here again, that is a really popular trending topic for any type of book. Activity books, quiz books, stress relief colouring books, fun facts books. These would be great books to create. Oh, there we have got a white background one there from that Pixel Colorist books, but you could have a look at their books and just create a different cover to the covers that they've got. Stranger Things, we want to avoid any copyright issues. Let's go down a little bit more. Swear word colouring book, I've got that one actually behind me here. Wicked Official colouring book, avoid that for copyright reasons. Another anatomy colouring books, they're very popular, aren't they? The anatomy ones. Another monochrome retirement activity book. Oh, what a brilliant concept. That's one of my favourites. And I might do another module inside my academy on that one. I'm going to write that down actually. Retirement activity book. Really quickly. Ink tracing, I don't know a lot about that, but I know a lot of my academy members are excited about ink tracing. The brief time that I did look into it and I looked into the inside of these books, I just think they look like a mess. But they are selling well. So, you know, what do I know? We've got another one here at number 99. Chroma Ink Editions is the brand name. I don't think it's a large brand. So you could look into that for sure. Cozy Japan, cute colouring book. Colour by number, garden, monochrome, botanicals. Okay, let's see if there's any more categories. If we go crafts, hobbies, home. Books. Let's have a look very quickly in humour and entertainment. This is where you can use ChatGPT to help you to create similar books. Here we go. True facts that sound like bullshit. If we click on this one, I've actually got some AI, what are they called? Prompts inside the Academy for this actual book. So here we go, $28,000 a month this book is generating, and you could definitely do true facts with a completely different cover. True facts for badass moms that sound like bullshit. True facts for kids. True facts for smart kids. True facts that sound like bullshit for smart kids, you know, because we've seen the for smart kids is trending when we were looking on the other pages. So that's a way of blending something that's trending with something else that's trending, mixing it together and creating another best-selling book. And like I say, this is what I've been doing for the last 3 or 4 months, is looking at the bestsellers list and creating something different but similar, using the similar concept. For like this one, learn a lot while you sit on the pot. You could do learn amazing facts while you sit on the pot. Learn top facts from 2025 while you sit on the pot. You know, something like that, where you're again blending a winning book that's in another category with this one, blending them together and making something unique. Here's one, lots of knock-knock jokes for kids. You could go lots of knock-knock jokes for smart boys, lots of knock-knock jokes for smart girls, because we know the smart boys and smart girls is doing well in the other category. Again, that is the blending technique. And I'm going to leave it there because I think you've got the drift of what we're doing. Let me unraise my hand or lower my hand. So just to very, very quickly recap, what book am I going to create that is going to earn me amazing income and royalties this year? Go to the Amazon bestsellers, have a look at them all. You might find swear word colouring book. Then you're going to look at the reviews of that book. What do people like? What do people not like? What is missing? What is people saying, I wish this was in? Make a note of all those things. Go and research swear word colouring books to see what other books are there, and make sure that, you know, a lot of them are doing well that have been published recently. So you can see recent demand for recently published books. If that's a green light that, yes, recently published books are making great income, and you want that Kip Scout Chrome extension to make sure you can see that income. Green light for that. Green light for that you can create it. Make sure you can actually create this book. And make sure that they are generating income and that there is at least 4 or 5 recently published books in that category that are making great income. Green light, green light, green light. And then you can go to ChatGPT and say, I want to create a swear word colouring book. These are the best sellers. It's called this, 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 and this. What book could I create that is bringing something unique to this niche? And it will give you like 5 or 10 different options, and you can say, can you give me a title? And there you go, you're good to go. You've got an amazing book that you can then go and build and create. One of my favorites was for sure the clip art vision board book. That ship may have sailed. It might be very much a New Year type of book, but I know that people like doing vision boards all year round. So I think that would be a good one to look at because there are so many of them doing so well right now. Okay, that is it for this little tutorial. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you've got any questions, pop them in the chat below. I probably won't answer your question instantly. Just give me a few days before I actually see it. I only come into YouTube, a couple of times a week, but I will answer your question. Have lots of fun, enjoy book bossing, and let's get truly, truly profitable this year. There's so much that we can do to earn amazing monthly royalties and passive income using Amazon KDP. I'll see you in the next video.